Hi, I'm Sarah Hagigi.
And I'm Erin Babornik.
Welcome to COABE's Adult Ed Advocast.
The Advocast is a partner podcast of COABE State Advocate for Adult Education Fellowship.
Each episode highlights challenges and successes in advocacy.
We also highlight a new student story.
We're glad you're here.
Now let's get started.
Hi, Erin.
Hi, Sarah.
How are you?
I am good. How are you?
Good. Not bad. Not bad. How's the weather there? Is it very cold?
It's yucky, but it's not awful. I am dreaming about Nashville in March, though. That's going to be very pleasant. Not just because of the weather, but also because starting a new round of SAAEF fellows.
I know. I'm excited about that too. And I'm curious. It's that time of the year that I'm curious to see who the next state fellow is going to be in Arizona. And I'm very excited. We started having a good team. When you and I started, it was the first cohort and we were the firsts. That's how we got very close to one another. But after us, whoever came on board, we started forming a supportive group for the new state fellow that would come. So I'm very excited to see who's going to join our group.
I know. And believe it or not, it's going to be the beginning of cohort 4.
How exciting!
And that, yeah, for states that have had fellows in every round, like that's a good team.
That's a good
to have to be able to make some changes, because it can be a lot if it's just 1 or 2 people, but 4, that's good.
Solid. Yes, they can get work done.
Right. They can take some of our work.
Yeah, exactly. And then you know what? The thinking power that comes, like you can't always plan things and come with exciting plans. Sometimes you become repetitive. So having fresh blood coming in, new thoughts, then it would be exciting to have new ideas coming to see how else we can celebrate our adult ed community and advocate for ourselves.
And that's kind of what we're going to talk about today, is coming with new ideas, trying something brand new, and just hoping, planning as much as you can and just hoping that it's going to work, because we're going to actually speak with one of the cohort 3 SAAEF fellows, Debra from Georgia. And Debra brought a student with her, which is fantastic. And we're going to speak with her as well. But we're going to be asking Debra some questions about some of what she's done with the SAAEF Fellowship. Okay, so let's welcome Debra to the stage.
Hi, welcome, Debra. Welcome, Gaelle. It's nice to have you here. Thank you for joining our Advocast.
Well, thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, Debra,
Yes.
we'd love for you to introduce yourself, what you do outside of SAAEF, what your role is, and kind of what brought you to apply for that SAAEF fellowship.
Well, my name is Debra Tavaras. I work with the Atlanta Public School Adult Education Center. I started actually with adult education in 1999. I left in 2004, did some other ventures, returned back in 2012. And this has been a true passion because I love working with young people, and just to watch them grow from the time that they come in to the time they leave is exciting. So I was strolling through and I saw the application for the fellowship. And I'm also interested in advocacy. I think that's so important that we advocate for the program and for these adults. So I applied And I'm gonna tell you, I was surprised I got it, for real. I was really surprised that I received it. But I was also excited to what I could do within the year. So at the time, and of course we went through transition with program coordinators, but I was able to put some things together. I was able to reach out to Governor Kemp. I found some things out in Georgia that I really didn't know, because I didn't know that we didn't have a state association. I was surprised what I found out, but that is driving me more, because I think it's so important that we really have representation for the adult program. So one of the programs that I put together was, we kind of built up and we sent out flyers, and I went into the community, is that we actually did a forum. We wanted to invite the legislators in, Congress in, to just kind of hear about what we do. Again, when I was surprised making them phone calls, how many people just like so skeptical. And I'm like, you push K through 12, I get it. But you have a lot of young people that don't make it there, but they still need, an alternative diploma. So we did have a couple people come on, and I said, well, I got to add some more, because I really wanted them to hear, not only from us, but from the young people. So I was able to get Sarah, which was she was our Eagle candidate when I first started. Plus, this young lady has a disability. And even more so, her mother is an educator and told her she would never get this. So when she shared that with me, I said, what? We're on a mission. So not only she gets this, she went to Atlanta Technical College, made the dean's list, went to Georgia State. I think she graduated summa cum laude, teaching. I said, anything's possible.
Wow.
With your support system. So I invited her. Then I invited Chris Hill, which was our ambassador, and he's 16, actually received his GED in 3 weeks. And
Wow.
That's including getting state approved. And then I invited this young lady. When I say that she is so determined, when she took the math, it was like, got it. Science, got it. Social studies, got it. Language arts, we went through it with language arts. And there was a point that she wanted to give up, but we surrounded her. And when she got it, I think she's going to tell you more. That was like the happiest day for her. So just to have these type of stories with these young people, it just amazes me, and they blow me away every single year. I say that I've lost some students. In fact, I had one young man that got his GD on the 17th of November and was killed on the 27th. And he was on the path for change.
Yeah.
So that really just like pulls at your heartstrings.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where my passion is. So that forum was exciting. We had individuals here. Then the next day, we actually did a fair. So we invited vendors out. We invited the community out. We gave away book bags. We went to say, look,
nice.
We're here for you. And that just makes a powerful difference.
Now, Debra, how many legislators or like community leaders, like mayors or their staff actually attended?
What we did was we got from the Kemp, we've got, of course, the proclamation. We got a proclamation for the mayor's office as well. And we had like 3 legislators out of everybody that I called, but it was okay. Because I said, I'm on a mission. So you will hear from me again. It was okay. We had students here. We had community here. So even if 3 people heard, that was fine, because we're going to start getting the word out. And I think if we can build a state administration office here and actually have the state, we need somewhere here that we can work with and just kind of build on, I think we'll be able to get some support.
3 legislators is a lot. We might not think it's a lot, but it takes a long time to schedule an appointment with them, to make sure everything's coordinated with their staff and their schedulers, and to be there. Yes, we invite a lot of people, but like one thing that we need to also consider is that it takes a lot of work to coordinate those 3 people to be there. So good job. Like, that is amazing. And the fact that you mentioned that you didn't have support from having a big state association.
Right.
That is a lot. We have a state association and a very supportive team here in Arizona. I cannot imagine being in a different state and not having support and do all this work all by myself. But I understand that this is something that happens. There are some states that they don't have a state association.
Right.
But there are some passionate people that they want to do the job and the work of the advocacy.
Right.
What is your recommendation for those folks? How could they make things happen in their own state when they don't have a lot of people to help them, to support them, coordinate these things?
I think we need to states that don't have it. Like, I found myself feeling like I was an island. Even though you have people here, we're not in communication with others. If it wasn't for Erin, I don't think I would have made it, because she was fantastic. She really, every time I emailed her, like, this is going on, she'd get right back to me. So I think it's really important that even if we don't have a state association, we need to communicate more and work together. So we need to find that way of getting to others, because you're right, there's probably more people in Georgia that's really passionate, but again, they're feeling like, I'm an island. I'm by myself. What difference can I make by myself? And you can, if you just start rolling the ball, somebody's going to come along, they're going to get on, and you're going to get on, and after a while, it'll grow. But it takes that initial step, and I think that's what we need to do.
Yeah, and you mentioned Erin's name, and Erin is not in your state, but reaching out to people from different states to get their experience, to get their opinions about things, that's really helpful. Yes, and we do have SAAEF people from other states too, so they are all open to share their experience for people who may feel that they are alone in their own state.
To be fair, I think the phone call, Debra, was more, Erin, this is what I'm going to do. Am I crazy? It wasn't like well, maybe. You were, as you said, full of passion. You were ready to just make it happen. And so
that is important. Having that passion and fire to get work done and not get tired, that is important.
Because you got the ball rolling now, right? And it like you said, it takes that one person to just to have the courage to just go for it, and then others will see, like, wow, look what Debra did.
And I'm looking forward to whoever is selected for Georgia to have a conversation with them, to just to let them know what I have learned, the mistakes I made, and whatever help I can possibly give them, because then maybe there's 2 of us or 3 of us that can get together and start getting it going, and maybe we will have a state association.
And that's the wonderful thing about the SAAEF Fellowship, is that you have that kind of built-in mentorship,
right?
That somebody who is really passionate like you shares what you've learned, and then another person comes in with some ideas, and you start to, like Sarah and I were saying at the top of the podcast, like you start to have this team,
right.
And really great things happen when it's not all on one person's shoulders. Yeah,
I agree. So I'm definitely looking forward to the future.
I am too. And now I'm gonna hop over to Gaelle for a second, but I'm going to start, Gaelle, before we ask you to kind of share how you came to adult education. I want to go back to something that Debra said, because she said she applied for the fellowship and she was shocked that she got it. Now, Gaelle, you know Debra very well. Are you shocked at all that
No,
an organization
that's
would see
amazing.
how?
Not at all. She's amazing.
Thought we should put that into context. Everyone always says I'm shocked that I was chosen.
Yeah.
And then there are always these people who do amazing things. I think, how are you shocked?
Exactly.
Mm.
So, Gaelle, tell us about yourself and what brought you to adult education world.
Well, I'm from Haiti, and like coming from Haiti, I did speak like 3 languages, at first, which is like Creole, French, and Spanish. So when I come to America, so I was like, just staying home, and then just watching TV and teach myself English, just by watching I Love Lucy. I love this show so much. And, when I started, I found a job, and then I'm like, you know what? I have transportation now, so I'm ready to go to school. So, I tried, a couple of school, it did not work. I'm like, let me go, let me take a chance to Atlanta Public School. And that was the best thing I ever did. Because when I came here, it's just like, Miss Debra, she grabbed me. She was like, you got it, we're going to pass that, So, and without know that, she always like the support for me, always there, Every time, I fell, she was like, you got it, girl. You're going to do it. You're going to do it. And she was like a strong support for me. Family, not only a teacher, it was like it feels home, like just like a family. So it make she helped me out a lot, and without her I wouldn't get my GED seriously. So I'm so grateful, and to came to this school and to meet her, yeah.
So what are you doing now, Gaelle? Because you passed your GED.
Yeah, right now I'm studying nursing at West Georgia Technical College. So I'm in my second semester. So I don't know what I'm getting there.
Yeah, she's an outstanding individual. She's definitely, we all as an individual have our ups and downs. And sometimes if you take the test more than 2 or 3 times, you're like, I don't know about this. So we definitely surrounded her. We supported her. And even when she didn't pass, we said, we 3 points away. We got this. Yeah. And I know sometimes it was hard on her, but when she finally passed and to hear that scream of joy, that was, we said,
yeah, I called her. I literally called. I was like, Miss Debra. Yeah, it was really, I was so happy.
Yeah. And that's what it was all about. Sometimes, as with adult learners, they don't have that support. And that's so important, just for somebody to say, you can do it.
Mm-hmm.
You can do it. So you do become more than a teacher. And I think that's important. You build relationships. And the relationships don't stop once they get their GED. Because even with her in her first year semester in college, she called me. I was there. I remember Sunday.
Yeah.
We spent all Sunday getting this
God.
project together via telephone and us going back and forth. But she knows I'm there for her. Yeah. So just to see her and how she's a beautiful person. She really is.
Thank you. Now I want to hug you. Thank you so much.
Oh.
That's amazing. And that community of support, that is something that all learners need.
Right.
And it's not only a one-time thing. You take a test, you pass.
Right.
And that support that you provide, that encouragement for them to just stay on the path, that leads to success.
It does.
Not quitting, that is important.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one thing I really love about our field, because at least when I was in higher ed, when I was in college, it was very much like teacher, student,
Right.
very distant. And I feel like in adult education, it's human.
Right.
And there is that connection and that support that everybody needs to be successful.
Yeah. And
Because I was going to say, as a teacher, like, I feed off of that connection too. It makes me want to be better. It makes me want to work harder.
Right.
Answer phone calls on a Sunday. Right.
Yeah, that's they know they can get me when they need me. So definitely not a problem. Yeah. So and you're able in this field to be creative. And that's one thing I like. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, traditional school, my kids came through it. But here I can create. And that's what I enjoy doing. In fact, I had 3 young men that had autism. And I decided that we were going to complete this process via teaching them how to make T-shirts. So I got a grant to get a printer and a T-shirt press, and had some guys come in to kind of show them. And they got so involved that not only did they receive their GED, one of the young men was hired down the street. That is what we're about.
Wow.
That's what we're about.
Awesome. And that creativity, that like innovation is also at the heart of advocacy. Right. I can see that in how you said, well, you know what, I'm going to make a forum. Right. I don't see it around, so I'm just going to do it. And you put it together. And I want to say one thing that really struck me is that you ensured that you had adult learners who were there, who were present, who shared their stories. But even more than that, you also reached out and said, hey, I want to make sure that my adult learners feel supported in sharing their story. And I think that's really important, because you didn't just say, as you were putting everything together and you're probably very overwhelmed, you made sure that you focused again on the people and making sure that the people, that the learners were supported.
Thank you. All right. You have anything else you want to add, or just?
So Gaelle, after sharing your story, do you feel like you want to share your story more? How did it feel to be there in the moment, talking to a group of people and sharing something so personal?
Honestly, I was very shy, I'm a shy person, but I mean, it feels good because I just want to be an inspiration to others, I just like to let them know that there's hope, just never give up, if you keep pushing, so you're gonna make it. And then, it feels great. It felt really good. So
that's great. So Gaelle, also, I wanted to say that listeners and viewers of our podcast are instructors and students. What message do you have for teachers and students? You can give a message to other students who are trying to improve their English, or they try to get their GED. What message do you have for them? And what message you might have for the teachers who are supporting those students?
Okay, I would start with the teacher. I would say that it's very important, for the teacher, to listen, to the students, what they need, so like that, they can be, create a bond, and for the students, I would say, don't give up, after first or third, failing. So you just keep pushing and you'll make it. So that's what I would say, never give up and keep focused, keep your eyes on the prize. So that's what I would say. So, yeah.
Thank you.
And Deborah, to kind of hop over to you, what message would you have for individuals who want to be advocates, and kind of any tips that you would have for them, because you're almost you're coming to the close of your fellowship, and then you move into the mentorship position. So what would your advice be?
I think from what I've learned is make sure you are truly passionate, because it takes a lot of work and you have to learn how to balance your time. So if you're not really passionate for it, find other ways to get involved. But truly believe in your mission. And yes, people are going to say no, but don't let that stop you. Because what do they say? You get 1,000 no's, maybe you get one yes. That one yes is what you need to keep going. So that's my message, is this is a truly heart career. You have to have your heart in it. Because we know we don't do it for the money. That's not the money, but it's something that you truly, truly believe in. So if you do that and keep striving, yeah, we're definitely going to be making a difference. We're going to make a dent.
Mm-hmm.
That's important. We're going to make a dent. Yeah.
That's beautiful, because both messages here are just keep pushing, just keep trying, and don't give up.
Yes.
I feel, it's like 2:00 my time here, but I feel like this is giving me some energy to finish my day strong. I'm like, I can do it.
Oh, well, we definitely, this is an exciting venture for us. And I'm really glad that she is our Eagle candidate. So it's going to be really interesting. Just look at her face.
Oh,
but
you
it's gonna
are,
be, I
Gaelle.
love to hear her in competition. And that's what we've been working on, getting her to feel real comfortable speaking. She has
Congratulations. So we could be talking right now to the future Eagle of Georgia. Wow.
Yes.
And for listeners who don't know, the state of Georgia has this really awesome Eagle program where programs can submit candidates for like an exceptional adult learner or alumni, and they get speeches, and and one person is awarded, but everyone is exceptional.
Yes. And the experience for them is that they have a lot of networking opportunities. They get gifts. They just get pampered for those 3 days. So if nothing else, they get pampered. So we're excited to have her represent us this year.
Oh, that's amazing. Congratulations to both of you.
Thank you.
Even for being nominated and everything. And that energy is also important, because we are now going to see what the results of the new SAAEF fellowship is going to be. So if there are people out there who are new to SAAEF and they feel like, oh, maybe I'm not sure, they can always reach out. They can reach out to Debra. They can reach out to Erin and I. We are here to support you. And the whole point of SAAEF is just not to feel alone. You always feel supported. If your state is new to having a SAAEF, then you have a big group all around the country to support you through the work.
So true, so true.
Yeah. It really is a safe place.
It is.
I like that. It is. It really is. And you feel welcome, and you feel that I can share, and people listen. And that's really sometimes all you need, is you throw out an idea and you're like, okay. And that's what I did. Just threw out an idea, and Erin listened. I said, well, how am I going to make this happen? But it happened. And I would love to do a type of forum for next year too. I think I'd love to keep that going.
No, I'll say I did the easy part of just listening and saying, yeah, you got it. You do it. You're fine.
No, but
Meanwhile,
I definitely appreciate that because I needed it. Needed that.
well, and we definitely appreciate both of you. And thank you so much for joining us on the podcast today. It's just an absolute pleasure to connect with another SAAEF fellow because, it changed our lives. And it's just wonderful to see you, Gaelle, to hear your story. We are so excited for your
Yeah.
Eagle nomination.
Yes.
Um,
So much.
and you deserve those 3 days of pampering.
She really does. She really does. She does. She's
Yeah.
awesome.
Right.
She is. And we appreciate the opportunity to share our story. We really, truly do. So we will definitely follow up after the Eagle Awards conference.
Yeah, we're going to need an update.
Yes, you will
Yes,
get an update.
Please do. We're looking forward to the pictures.
Yes.
Without a doubt. A lot of picture taking
Yeah.
those 3 days. So
Right. And not
Yeah.
just of the pampering, right? Not just the cucumbers over your eyes, Gaelle, and like
Yeah.
the speech and everything too.
Right.
Yes, please. Thank
Definitely
you for
appreciate it.
sharing, and thank you for being here.
Oh, thank
you so
you.
much. That was so much fun.
That was a lot of fun. It's always inspiring to hear from students come and share their success stories, and you see the joy in their teachers' eyes and in their teacher's voice, and that is something that is always a reminder why we do what we do.
Mm-hmm. And I love that they were sitting next to each other in the same room, because you can't see it, but as soon as they went back in the green room, they shared a hug.
Aww.
So
That's very sweet.
So absolutely. I think the message from today was you can do it, right? It was about Debra said, you know what, I'm going to apply for the SAAEF fellowship, even though don't think I'll get it. And she did, right? Gaelle said, well, I'm going to try for this GED. And they both have done incredible things and are not stopping. And so just, I would say to all the listeners, like, this is your reminder that you can do those awesome things. And all you have to do is just take that first step.
That's right.
Well,
this was a great episode. Thank
thanks.
you for joining us. Thank you for listening.
And we'll see you on the next COABE Advocast.